Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in again today. The dog's right behind you, so sorry if you can hear doggy noises. This is kind of an unusual video, but I saw Kathleen Lights do this video. She's done it several times, and she just did another one. Hair in my face. She just did another one recently, and I thought it was really cool, and I decided that I wanted to do it. I'm gonna do it probably not very often because it took me about 2 weeks to film it because it's 3 makeup looks in one. I basically filmed 3 videos like for one video, so I don't know how often I'm going to do this. Maybe every time I get a new palette or something like that. Today I am showing you 3 completely different looks that you can get with the Morphe 35O palette. Here's the palette right here. This is very beautiful. This is one of my favorite palettes. It's really good for if you're not super duper into loud colors, but you want something, you know, fun, because there's a lot of shades in here, but they're very brown. And it's a very inexpensive palette. I believe it's $23, $21, something like that dollars. So it's very affordable. The shadows are very, very good. I haven't found one in here yet that is not just beautifully blendable and everything. I haven't had any problems with this palette. So with this palette, I do want to show you just some of what you get. You have over here lots of very warm shades, which is the look that I'm wearing right now. You have lots of just deep browns. You have lots of light colors. This one's matte, which I really like. You don't typically get a nice light shade like that that's matte. You typically get them shimmery for your inner corner highlights and stuff like that, but that one's matte, which I really like. But then you do have several light ones that are shimmery, which is really good for your inner corners and your brown bone highlight and stuff like that. Lots of transition shades. I mean, lots of really, really good transition shades. Many different undertones, many different colors. So this is just one of my favorite basic brown palettes that I'll use for an everyday look when I'm not going for something super loud. And then you do get a couple pops of color with the oranges, which is really nice for, you know, creating a nice fall look like this one. So I'm showing you 3 looks today. One of them is a kind of a bronzy cut crease halo eye situation that I was actually really, really obsessed with because it matched my eye color beautifully. I used this shade for that one, which is very similar to my eyeballs. And then we do this look that I'm wearing right now, which is a smoky eye, a very orange, warm smoky eye, which I used basically this whole row and then a couple other shades to create this, which I love when you have a big palette like this with tons of different colors. Like, I'm not going to limit myself. I'm going to use as many shades as I can. So it makes it a little bit annoying for trying to edit and stuff like that, but I use as many colors as I could. So for this eye look today, I mean, I used that one and 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 that one, and that one, and that one. So I use lots and lots of different colors, which that's what a palette is for. And then I also showed you a cool toned, very basic brown eye with kind of like a little bit of a wing situation going on. And I believe for those I used some of those colors, which were a little bit more cool tone. There's not a ton of cool tone colors in here, but there's definitely plenty to get a very, very beautiful look. So I think this palette has literally everything you need. It's a very, very beautiful palette, and I thought it would be a good one to start off trying out a 3 looks 1 palette video. So let me know down below if you like this kind of a style of video, if that's the kind of thing that you want to see more often. Let me know down below which look was your favorite, and yeah, I hope you like these looks.
Good morning. So we are starting out with a transition shade. This is the warmest transition shade in the palette because we are going for the very warm smoky eye first. I'm gonna kind of take and build my way darker with each shade as I kind of go with smaller brushes. That's the way that you get that really blown out smoky eye that's blended just beautifully and doesn't have any harsh lines, and gets that just wonderful ombre effect. So I'm going darker. As you can see, I have a smaller brush that's gonna kind of get all the pigment into the crease of my eye. And this shade is a little bit darker. It's kind of got more of a brown than an orange now. And I'm packing it onto my lid. Now as I'm going with this dark brown shade, I'm packing onto my lid. With this, I'm really centering the dark shades on my lash line. And then I'm basically doing the same thing but backwards on my lower lash line, but I'm using the dark shades first, and then I'm really blending it out extra as I build my brushes bigger and the shades lighter. So as you can see, I've basically got the exact same thing going on the bottom as I have going on the top, and I'm taking a dark shade with a very thin pencil brush, and I'm going to be lining my lash line. I really liked it as a matte look, but I decided that I wanted it to be a little bit more shimmery, so I'm taking a very similar shimmer color as the rest of the look, and I'm applying that color and I'm applying that to my lash line, so it matches what I kind of already had going on. So then I'm doing my liner and my mascara. Okay, and so then I use a little bit of powder to clean up around the edges. Since this was such a blown out smoky eye, it kind of got a little bit everywhere. So using that powder to clean it up a little bit. Now I'm using Blush Sense in Terracotta. It's a nice warm shade. I'm just using a kabuki brush to pat that all over my cheeks. And I'm using my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. Okay, so this is Nutmeg Lip Sense. This shade ended up matching the eye look so beautifully, and I'm going to be using matte gloss with it. I was actually really impressed with how good this matched the eyes. It doesn't look so much on camera like it matches, but it did look really good. And there you go. That's the first look. I was very pleased with how it looked. It's perfect for fall. Let me know down below what you think of this look. I really like it. I think it would be beautiful with a nude lip as well. Okay, so for this next look, I am using a different transition shade than before because there are so many in this palette. It's actually really nice. And just like last time, we are building our way darker with smaller brushes, but I am picking different shades. I'm going for a bronzy look, so I'm going with kind of just your basic brown colors and not so much the warm colors. I'm not necessarily going for a cool toned look. I'm just not going for, the oranges in the palette and stuff like that. As you can see now, I am kind of packing the dark shades, focusing it on the inner and outer corners and leaving the middle of the eye blank. And this dark color, I'm really going to be focusing it on the inner and outer corners and then kind of the crease of my eye and leaving this big white circle. And with the big white circle, I'm in the middle. This kind of creates a really pretty doe-eyed effect, but I'm going to be cutting the crease right there. And then I'm using Sandstone Pearl Shadow Sense to cut the crease, which I have tried a couple of times recently, and I actually really like it. I think it works just as good, if not better, than concealer. And then I'm using this shade right here. So pretty, you guys. Just like I said, it looks a lot like my eye color, which I did not realize until after I was done with this look, but I thought it was really pretty. Okay, and then I'm using a Wet n Wild blush, and I'm just dusting that all over my cheeks. And then I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Illuminated highlight, and this highlight is really pretty. It's got a lot of glitter to it, which I don't necessarily mind most of the time, but I've noticed that if you really blend it extra, you can get rid of that glitter. And then I am lining my top and bottom waterline, applying mascara, just like the first video, the first look. And then this is Nude Pink Lip Sense, which actually matched the look so well and matched that blush almost perfectly. And I'm pretty obsessed with this look as well. Honestly, this might be my favorite one of the three. This is probably my favorite one of the three, to be completely honest. I really like this one. So let me know down below what you like. And being completely honest, it's really driving me nuts that my hair is caught in my lashes. Okay, so now we're doing the cool toned look, and I did not use very many shadows for this particular look, but I kind of picked the most cool toned of the colors. And now with this dark one, I'm really winging it out. I'm not focusing it as much on the inner half of my eye. I'm mostly just kind of drawing it out, and I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to do a wing with this look, and I don't think I ended up doing a wing. I don't actually remember, but I'm using that white matte shade, which I really love. And I think it looks so pretty. And none of the shades were gray, by the way. It kind of looks gray on camera. It didn't look quite as gray in person. But I think it looked really pretty. So, yeah. And then I'm using a Lancome blush and ColourPop Lunch Money highlight. Just tapping that in with my finger. I really like mousse highlights lately. And then I am using Caramel Apple Lip Sense, which was a lot more pink on camera than it was in real life. But it looked really, really pretty. And I'm using the Diamond Kiss Gloss, which is one of my very favorites. So let me know what you thought of these looks down below. I hope you liked all 3 of them.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. The Morphe 35O palette is just a really, really good video for maybe if you're starting out and you're mostly using browns, you're not really into a ton of color, but you want lots and lots of brown shades to choose from. It's one of my favorites. So hopefully if you enjoyed this video and you really like these looks and you're into the natural brown look, you'll check out that palette. It's so good. The shadows are so blendable. It's just amazing. And the price is right. It's only like, I believe, $23, which for a palette that big is honestly so good. And it's way better than drugstore quality. So hopefully you enjoyed these looks. Let me know down below which one was your favorite one. And I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.